it's like to be in love. Hey, tell me what it's like to feel protected when you hug. I've been feeling like I'm stuck. I'm so stubborn when it come to feelings. Do I love or do I lust and just enjoy the feeling? Trust me, it's a difference. See, I'm always gonna protect my heart. But when there's love, it's no protection. Can't just give them parts. You give your all, and if you don't, then you just make it hard. But when there's lust, forget the problems. Just come get me hard. This how we leave our women scarred. The lust create a soul tie.
All over the world, I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby. Yeah, nothing on
Nothing on you.
Bang, bang, bang. C-Time. C-Time.
I love it.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What's happening? What's
Come
happening,
with it.
y'all?
Come with it.
What's up with everybody out there? Everybody that's in here. Another beautiful day in a beautiful city, right?
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Yes, it is. I don't know if it's beautiful, but you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and it is beautiful
Ain't no
because
sunshine.
we don't need that all the
I
time.
need it every day, all day.
What you need?
Sunshine. Sunshine. Sunshine tender. The
she-
sun's shining.
She stuttered, didn't she?
I did not stutter. I need sunshine every day.
Oh, is that what you need?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I need to get some vitamin. Never mind.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
From the sun.
I need my vitamin D from where it come from.
That's
It
right.
can come from
The
the
sun.
sun.
The sun. The sun. The sunshine. You know,
It can come from nature's best or whatever that the vitamins say,
you know what?
and it can come from God.
You know what?
Good
Give me that
God.
vitamin D.
That good God.
I love vitamin
said that
D.
good God.
Oh, vitamin D.
Hey, y'all check this
You know
out. So
what?
y'all know what this is.
We started.
It is that time of the day, this time of the hour,
Lordy.
where you have the pleasure to be with us, and we are uncut
And we have the pleasure
and
to
and uncensored. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
entertain you.
Absolutely.
And y'all are entertaining.
Yeah.
Notice I say y'all. You see, I didn't include myself in there.
See.
You know. Y'all know what season it is?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Drum roll, please. Boop, 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 boop. D-Boogie. You know what season it is?
No.
Don't act like you don't know.
No, I don't know. Tell me.
Don't act like you don't know. Listen here. I'm going to say it. Listen. It is Scorpio season, okay?
It's Scorpio
Me and
season.
Third Eye Productions, we are celebrating it's Scorpio season. The best, the absolute best, hands down, no other than Scorpios. Scorpios, we do it best. I mean, that ain't what I'm saying. That's kind of the consensus around the world. Google it.
I'm not gonna dispute it. I'm
Thank
gonna let my
you.
girl have her moment.
Yeah,
Thank you.
can
But
see-
y'all know that lion. That
I thought you
lion-
wasn't disputing it.
I'm not.
Sounds like a
you
dispute
know
to me.
what, Let me. Okay, you right. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet. It's Scorpio season, y'all.
The lion is cool though. You know what?
it's
No
Scorpio
knock on the
season.
no knock on the lion, but the lion. I'm gonna just say no.
Listen,
knock on the
ain't
lion.
nobody hate nobody. Don't start
Listen,
trying to.
I love me some
Listen,
Scorpios.
listen.
My little cupcake is
We
a
are.
Scorpio. Tasha's
we.
Scorpio.
This is about you and your
Yes.
moment. Don't go over there
Yes.
somewhere else.
Scorpio.
You
We
might
talking
get bit
about
over there
that
with them
thing.
lions. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay. I'll just sting her. She'll fall.
You know what?
That's what we do. You never see it coming. Boom. We smile. We be so cool, calm, and collective. And before you know it, you passing out. You trying to figure out why you woozy.
Woozy.
You be like, what in the world?
She said,
Right,
woozy.
Third Eye Production.
What
You
is
know.
wrong with my microphone? Chris Styles, do better. Do
Ooh.
better, Chris Styles. I mean, you got all that mouth,
Ooh. He
that
said,
thunder in your mouth, and no lightning in your hands. Come on, do better.
Ooh.
Do better.
Dang. Okay.
Look at this. It's getting lit.
It's falling. It's,
Yeah. Why don't you just move to another one then?
no,
if you're having a problem
I
with that one.
like it here.
She
Okay.
liked that one. She just
All
needed
right
to
then.
cooperate.
So
I'm
you're
used
just
to.
gonna work with what you got then, right?
Yeah,
That's what we do.
until
Work with
Chris
what you
Styles
got.
Work his way in here. And
Work
act like
with
he
what you
good
got.
sense.
He ain't even listening.
right.
I know.
So y'all, listen. Let's get into this beautiful show. We got a great topic today. Before we do that, I do want to, once again say happy birthday
Happy birthday, who?
to two of our crew,
Our favorites, some of our favorite
our favorites
people.
in the crew. Not some of our
Yes.
favorites, but our favorites.
Yo, one of your favorites is this month also.
I'm talking about y'all right now.
I know, but listen, I'm celebrating all Scorpios. Listen here. I'm going to say happy birthday, Logan.
What's up,
Happy
Logan?
birthday, Logan.
Happy birthday, Logan. We went 10, 11, 12 up in here.
10, 11, 12. Which one is it? Never
You
mind.
catch up.
Oh, okay.
10, Logan, 11, somebody, and 12, somebody else.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. You know what? Dag. In that order. You're right. Okay.
Right. So,
Okay. Was like,
Yeah.
whoop.
You know what?
Okay.
I'm D Boogie. I'm your guy. You can find me on IG at Don Zani, Facebook, Don Bradford. We one of the things I noticed that the show is better when we get into this topic. So
Oh, yeah?
got my how to finds. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of researching on the show.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're gonna cut the small talk out.
All
Get
right.
Oh,
into
wow.
Get
Okay.
into this.
Let's do it then.
Let's get our how to finds.
Let's do our how to finds real quick. Hey, y'all, it's your girl Tasha. Okay, y'all can find me on IG at Tosh_empowers. Also, y'all can catch the show on IG at uncut.uncensored. And then, listen, y'all can most definitely go over to YouTube. Go over to YouTube, please. Like it. Most importantly, subscribe to it. That is going to be Relationship Talk, Uncut, Uncensored.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
My bad. My lunch came up. That was a little loud, y'all. Excuse me on the air. I belched. didn't
Okay,
even think you could hear
what's
it.
up, Cleveland? This is Akira, also known as Tender, and you can find me on IG at Tender TNSTENDER10.
And this is co-host Kane, and you can find me on my IG. If you're looking, there's only a few people looking, because I know y'all ain't checking me like that. But if you was,
They might be.
They might.
if you was, you can find me at.
Okay, my bad, brother. Go ahead and get.
There we is. There, that sound way better. That way better.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up, Cleveland? 216 family, how y'all doing? Again, this is co-host Kane. I am in the house. If you're looking for me for anything, you can find me at Kane
For anything?
_creates. Kane
Anything.
KANE
Yeah, you that dude that do
_creates.
everything.
Ain't
Oh, for
missing a
real?
beat.
No
You
violations,
foul.
not for anything, for things of uplifting and spiritual purposes.
Not
That
for
is a-
anything. Now it's restrictions.
I know, right?
There are
It's
restrictions.
guidelines and things going on
Oh,
here.
okay.
The rules and regulations, all that. Yeah, but yeah,
Oh, jeez.
you got a show topic you want to send me or anything of that nature, I'm more than happy to talk about those things.
All right.
Who's next?
Everybody has gone.
Oh, I was last.
Yes. Yes, you were.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so D Boogie, you bringing a show in.
Yes, I'll bring the show in. So today's topic is about these relationships as always, but it's specifically today. It's about something about being
God, you said
un-
specifically.
And not pacifically. Like the ocean. I'm sorry, go ahead.
so specifically about
Okay.
these relationships that's unyoked, that's not even.
Mm-hmm.
One person is doing a little bit more than the other, or they feel
Mm-hmm.
that they're doing a little bit more than the other. So I think that's my take on the topic. Is it? I mean,
Yeah,
is
that's
it
pretty
close?
much it. Yeah.
You know.
We're just talking about imbalanced relationships. One-sided relationships, not just romantic, but friendships. Have you ever been friends with somebody and it's one-sided? You never hear from this person unless they need something or unless they have an issue. And then when you reach out to them, they are never available.
Straight Casper on you.
Straight Casper, they don't return phone calls, Yeah, we talking about, one-sided relationships. And then have you ever been in a romantic relationship where, you giving more of your emotions, more financially, more input. It's like, okay, how do we identify these one-sided relationships? And when or should you cut them? Because y'all know me, I'm the cut it queen.
Ooh. Sister FedEx.
I'm the cut it queen. But you know what? I think, there has to be a process before you cut. So y'all tell me, have you ever, I know I have been in friendships like that where it's one-sided.
So we're not just talking about romantic relationships. We're talking about relationships overall.
Relationships overall, because those are important. Relationships are so important.
I think there's always a time where one person is doing more than other. It's never going to be 50-50. And I'm not sure if we want it that way. Life allows us to fluctuate. But if it's just one-sided.
We talking about one-sided.
One-sided. This person is putting in all the work and not receiving anything back.
Minimum, if we take it let's take it in segments. So let's talk about it from a friendship level.
Okay.
You ever been friends with somebody? You always available for this friend.
Yes.
Something happen, you there. They call, you answer. You return the
Yes.
call. You there to listen. You call them, voicemail. They
Right.
they always
I had a
busy.
friendship like that
That's
with
what
with another female, and she was always busy, but she wasn't. When her husband came home, that's when I'm always busy. I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm doing this and that. And then I'm like, okay, well, I respect that because when your friend get in a relationship, you have to respect the fact that that time won't be the same. However, she was always busy, and I said, I'm gonna stop calling you. And then she called me. But she only called me because she wanted me to come to some event to become a subscriber to something she was selling.
So you know what?
So I said, she's like, and I moved. I said, so what's your address? She was like, only people that's coming to the thing don't know my address. I said, this is our last conversation.
Oh, wow.
And I never talked to her ever again.
Wow. And was this somebody you considered a friend?
I did.
Wow.
I did consider her a friend. I did. And that was our last conversation. I saw her again, and she was like, hey. I was, hey.
And clearly
Keep
the
it
friendship
pushing.
didn't mean anything to her because she didn't reach out.
No, I blocked her too. You know, because you're not about to text message me forever either. Once I defriend you, I block you.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. See, I don't understand this.
Okay.
I don't understand. This to the 100 power.
Okay.
Now I do understand that. Sometimes. In this particular case, you feel as if she's only around when she wants to be
It was
around.
the rudeness that came with it. I'm busy. Let me feel like I'm getting on your nerves. I will not get on your nerves ever again.
I could feel that too.
Yeah.
I think for me, when it comes to friendships, man, I got lanes that I keep people in. We just gonna ride. We gonna ride right down this lane, and
That's safe.
it is safe. When I do it at a speed limit that. When it crash, it ain't gonna be all that bad. Just gonna be a little hiccup or dent,
Wow.
as we move forward together or as individuals. So for me, with a friend,
Right.
I don't care if my friend don't call me back.
No, okay, we're not
I
talking
don't-
about, you call on Monday, they didn't call you back Monday.
Because
We're
that's
talking
me and
about,
Tasha. Because we be like, listen, I ain't, girl.
yeah.
When I see you when I see you.
I
'cause
see you when
I've
I
been
see
busy.
you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. What
But
you
I'm
mean?
talking about like weeks, never weeks and months go by. And then, or if I'm calling you and you don't answer, then when you do call me back, you're not checking in with me. It's about everything that you got going on. Or if you need something. We're not talking about just,
We just friends. Come on.
Okay, so
we
what,
just friends. I mean,
I think-
and the parameter of the friendship, is we holler at each other every now and then. Some cases people
that's an
holler.
associate.
In some cases, some people holler at each other every day. But friends is you can go for a while without speaking to a friend, a true friend.
Okay, so pause right there, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Yes, you can go for a while. What I'm saying, if this is your friend, when you do finally get with your friend, if this is your friend, you want to know how your friend is doing, right? How you doing? What's been going on?
Right.
Last time we talked,
Right.
did you get the job, or how your mama? You go down.
I mean, you check in. You
Okay,
check
so
in.
exactly. So again, this person's not doing any of that. It's all about them. Let me tell you about this. 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 And then boom, it's like, okay, well look, let me call you back.
But you have to understand the relationship with that friend.
No,
I'm about to cut your
no,
mic off.
No, there are boundaries, and there are boundaries I get, and there are levels like, okay, this friend I talk to. Now I do have friends where I don't talk. All my friends I don't have the same conversation with because you can't tell all your friends everything.
True.
Amen.
But D Boogie, if you just have a friend that's actually like a parasite on you,
That's not my friend.
okay,
What
and
else?
every time you talk to that person, it's about their needs and their
Then I'm gonna
wants.
say I'm busy.
Okay, so this is the same. Okay, never mind.
No, go ahead,
This
Miss.
is exactly that. Okay, no, you've proven a point. I no need to
Yeah.
go any
You know,
further.
then I'm gonna say I'm busy. You know, because I ain't trying to hear that right now. You know, or talk to you right now.
Okay, but for your friend is what we're talking about. Somebody you considered a friend. Go ahead, co-host Kane.
I think.
I cannot with D Boogie today. I
I
can't.
think what D Boogie was
can't.
trying to
friends,
say was that sometimes you have different
Okay.
different levels of friendship and different lanes of that level.
Okay.
So you might have a group of people that's your hangout buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't do too
we
much,
do.
but we hang out. Like
Okay.
I don't hang out that often. I ain't in these streets. So, but
who?
the streets, out there.
What a bell.
So.
See, you know the slang.
Oh, I forgot proper English. You get
Yeah,
the teachers here.
yeah.
But for those who are in the urban neighborhoods, gallivanting around, those gentlemen,
You know what, co-host Kane?
They doing what, co-host Kane?
gavilating or gavilating.
What?
Wait, gallivanting?
That word also, they do that also. They're doing all of those things.
Where is
you-
the bell?
Ripping and running.
Kane,
that crew,
What did?
Kane has the bell, so he's not
You know
thinking
what?
himself.
Right, because he see no error in his way.
so
Give it back.
that
Why
might
are
be
you
that
hoarding
crew-
the bell?
That might be that crew that you run with, and like you might, all right, that's what we do. Like we ain't really, doing a bunch of other stuff with. So depending, and like you might have a crew, like, all right, I'm about to do this at a third. That's what we do. We hang out and do those type of things. So you might not hear from them. Y'all might not be, but when y'all get together, it's cool. It's a good time. Blah blah blah. So I understand what he's saying. Like and if you reach out, hey, we going out, we about to do this, we about to do that. Hey, cause you have certain friends. I know, like we have certain interests together. Like other friends, they don't do that, so I ain't gonna call you for that. So like if I got a couple friends that like to go to the range, well, we go to the range. If other friends they're pacifists, we ain't going with you. So like it just depends what you're doing. So I understand that, but like what y'all said is true. If you are putting something into a relationship, whatever it is, like if they say, hey man, can I, they asking for this, asking for that, or whatever the situation, but it's not on equal terms. When you need the same, it doesn't reciprocate. Then that's when you got to start looking at situations like, all right, when I ain't ask you for much too often, but every now and again when I do, you seem to be unavailable, busy, or not have it.
And that's what we're talking about right there.
So I think that you have to watch that, and that's how I think what you said in the question was, how do you recognize if you're? And I think sometimes we don't know. We just going along. We not seeing, because especially like if you're like a genuine, kind-hearted person, and you're not looking for. When you do something, you do it out of kindness of your heart. You're not looking to you're not doing it so I can get something back. You don't notice it for a minute. It takes you a minute. Then you realize, like, hey, you be slow on the uptake sometimes.
Very true.
But it's unfortunate for the people on the other side, because people like that are great friends, and you about to lose them because
go.
you're not investing into the friendship. You're just all about yourself. Like I know, I just speak for myself, and I'll speak for all of y'all. I know y'all people are great friends. Like if
Thank
Who
you.
people?
you people, us people, all the people here,
We are great friends.
and I know like
Y'all
if
be
We
anybody,
letting you slide with that bill over there too.
yeah, y'all keep letting me slide off. But I know like if anybody loses y'all out of their search of their circle of friendship,
Say it again.
the circle.
Right. Say yes.
Anybody loses y'all out of the
Just-
circle?
We need a. Thank you.
Whoa, don't abuse the bell.
Oh my.
You need subtitles.
Man,
The people know what I'm talking about, don't y'all? The people know what's going on. I'm the people's
I
chat,
don't even know what he said.
but the people know. So,
Okay.
but those
That's all that matters.
anybody who loses a good person out your circle, you go feel it.
We're going to take a break right there.
We breaking it? All right, we go break.
Well, we actually should have break 3 minutes ago, but D-Boogie just kept letting you go.
Exactly.
So remember where you left off at?
No, you don't. Don't remember.
Oh no.
Or no. We gonna take a break, y'all. Listen, if y'all just tuning in, the Uncut Uncensored, catch us on YouTube at Relationship Talk, Uncut Uncensored. What we talking about here real quick? One-sided relationships, how to identify them and cut them. Or maybe not, Kyle, but we'll be back.
This is LJM.
Okay, she's so expensive. Okay, demons of the Benz.
What's up, C-Town? What's up, C-Town? Welcome back. This is Uncut and Uncensored. And just in case you want to chime in with this conversation that we're having right now, you can go to our IG page, which is Uncut, Uncensored, Uncut _Uncensored.
Dot.
Oh my gosh.
It is Uncut. I just wanted y'all attention.
Let that be the
Okay,
reason.
you have our undivided.
Okay, so it's Uncut.Uncensored. Whew. All right.
You okay?
Man, I'm almost perfect.
Oh
Almost
wow. Okay.
Love that.
You sound like Kane.
Uh-oh.
Check every box.
perfect. I said
Every
all-
eye. I mean
all
every
most.
every I is dotted, every T is crossed. She ain't gotta go nowhere.
Nowhere.
That's Kane.
I like that in
I'm
you.
not saying that. I'm saying it.
I like that
Almost.
confidence though. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Until something get wrong with it.
That's why you got to stay on top of your business.
Literally.
Stay ready.
Stay on top of your business.
All on top and the bottom.
Anyway, ooh,
You
you
know
know
what.
what? So, so we went to break. We talking about, one-sided relationships. How do you identify them? And is it okay? I know Kane tend to say not to, you done with your statement until we come back around. But, you made a really good point. Like sometimes, when you are a good-hearted person, a good-natured person, I think that sounds better. I'm like, Kane, hit the bell on me.
I will not.
Heart is
When
all
she
right.
wrong, she right.
It just don't sound right. Right. When I'm wrong, I'm right.
She sounded right to me. She just
It just didn't sound
used
right.
two different variations of the thought.
There you go. There you go. And hey, whatever. Anywho, when you are a good-natured person, okay, it takes you a while sometimes to pick up on when the relationships are not flowing evenly.
Okay.
And so what do you do? Should you cut the relationship? Do you have a conversation? How long do you let it go?
I was in a relationship that was one-sided. And I think I was in several, but we're going to speak on the most recent one-sided relationship. During our counseling session, the counselor asked us, do we do things, what kind of things we do? And it was brought up, and no one ever said anything. This is what she said. She was like, so you pretty much do all the stuff that he want to do. When do you do things that you want to do? And I had to think about that because it made me realize that I was losing a part of myself being in this relationship by allowing my desires and the things that I like to do to be put on the back burner and everything that he wanted to do to be more important. And when you allow someone to treat you that way, then they'll continue.
Absolutely.
And if you don't make yourself important, they won't either.
Very true.
So it have to be a balance, and the care and compassion for the other person have to be reciprocated, because when it's not, then you'll start to feel like, wait a minute, she asking for this again? Like, didn't I just wait a minute, didn't I told her I wanted this, or I told him I wanted that, and that's never fulfilled. And or it's fulfilled with an attitude. It's with a grudge, like, oh, dang, I ain't hear dang.
No, don't even do it. No, keep that.
Yeah.
Keep that, right? Keep that
Absolutely.
where we had it.
So, I mean, I think a conversation has to be had at the beginning, because like Third Eye Production said, he said sometimes they don't even know how to be show gratitude and show that they appreciate you. So appreciation, even if you don't have it, like if you want to give like gifts and things like that, if you don't have it, there's other things that you can do.
Yeah.
You can show gratitude in services or whatever. I mean, rake some leaves or something.
Do something.
Do something.
Do
Make
something.
yourself useful.
Do something that they
Either
need.
you useful or you're useless.
You have to add.
That's
you
a
have
whole
to add
word.
to
Yeah.
the relationship.
Yeah.
And I think I find that I'm always well. Never mind. Go ahead.
I think
Wow.
in relationships, especially
That's good, Tender.
romantic ones, it's a little more difficult to recognize, because I might be doing this thing because I'm in my lane, I'm good at this. You are in this lane, you're good at that. So you might not realize, like, okay, maybe I'm better at organizing the household. So you kind of like take that over. That's what you're doing. So, but the other person, they're not doing that. They kind of step aside and let you do that because that's what you're good at. Okay, fine. But what else are you? What if they're doing that? Then what are you doing to kind of help the whole flow going?
Right.
So you can't let this person just do, you got it good, and just keep it going. No, what are you doing to counterbalance that? What are you good at? And what skill do you have? What are you, like you said, bringing to the table? If you can't, even if that person is really good at that one thing, and they rocking it, they got it. One person might be better at money. You let that person handle the money. They pay the bills. One person might be better at,
that put a chill down.
D Boogie didn't feel that at all. The spirit,
man.
The spirit, man. Oh, but
Wow.
you have to have a conversation, be balanced, and that person has to be given something as you give something. And then, but like we said, sometimes you don't recognize because you kind of working in your gift and not recognize this person. Go ahead.
What if they
Okay.
overvalue, in your opinion, what it is that they're giving?
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Wait. Speak
I
again.
heard him. Say
You
it
said,
again,
what if
Rafi.
they overvalue, in your opinion, what they're giving? Oh, so they like, listen, I gave you $20 in your car. What you mean? That was money.
Or just,
Ooh, that's
sleep
yeah.
together,
Yeah.
so that, in their mind, is
I gave you all of this. That should
Man.
be. You should be good. Because this is the package. What you mean?
Yeah.
it is not.
And he like, nah, boo. I done had.
Oh, he said it was all right, but it ain't nothing to write home
It's
to.
basic. I mean, it's regular.
I've had better. But if you want to say that it's all that,
It's not all that, and the
Well,
relationship
hold on.
shouldn't be based on that itself.
Let's say that it is all that.
And then some.
Okay, and let's say it is.
well,
okay.
Rafi,
Yeah.
come to the mic.
So even if it is, that is not anything to base the relationship with, that you are given this, and I say that is wonderful. That's something that we
Because
share.
you're getting something in return.
You're getting something in return. We sharing.
This is our moment. This is us. This is give and take.
This ain't about, unless you're doing some highly favors.
You got that chandelier word.
You know what I'm saying?
So you done broke the chandelier.
Right. Unless that, okay, I can understand that. But so I just think in a relationship, the quicker you can identify the fact that you feel a certain way and you can express that, how you feel, the better chance that you have with your mate. So identify them and then speak on them, because if you don't, you'll find yourself in a position to where you got to get a third person involved, and somebody's going to feel like a heel when a third person gets involved.
Involved how?
In several ways.
Do tell.
A third person can be involved as somebody that has no interest in that relationship at all.
So what are they doing there?
Pardon me?
What are they doing there?
I'm just leave it there for a minute.
Okay.
So, somebody stepping outside,
Okay.
or you go to a counselor, and at that point, the counselor is going to identify things based upon the information that they have, and somebody's going to feel pretty bad, and they may not react to the session as planned. So
Been there, done that.
yeah. So the quicker that you
Really?
can identify them, without stepping out within, and be open with your mate, saying, "Hey, listen, I feel this way. I feel this way." But let's face it, people feel they like my man said, they put too much value on what they do.
Or what they or what the other person do.
Well, I think you're right about that, but that's not my point. But you're absolutely
I got
right.
you, but too much value on what they do. Go ahead. Go
So
for
the
it.
so the value they put on what they do, they feel as if they don't need to do much because there's something that they do, and it could be the money that's coming into the relationship. Somebody's making most of the money. And so they figure the relationship should be based upon, I got the upper hand on
Right.
this
I
relationship
know a lot
because
of
based upon the money.
relationships like that.
It could be, some other things. But they need to be what they are, and they need to be identified. So the question is, how do we identify
Exactly.
those things? I think one of the things goes back to what we talked about in the past. We talked about understanding people love languages and things of that nature. If you understand what your mate love language is, something that doesn't mean much to you can mean the world to them.
Right.
So and it could be something easy, something simple. I mean, you can, the words of what's it, affirmation.
Affirmation.
Those words of affirmation. I mean, it's just you talking out your mouth.
Yeah.
And
Easy.
if you can, just continue to do that, I mean, you'll get a lot of value out that person. But that's all I'm gonna say right now.
Wow. That's, you know what, D Boogie? That's pretty amazing. Like you said, some really powerful stuff. I want to piggyback off of you and Rafiq. Okay, so one is the person putting more value on what it is that they do. So if your mate feels like, what they're doing is valuable, how do you tell them that it's not that valuable? Like, because that I'm pretty sure that's an issue. I'm pretty sure that's a major issue.
But that goes with what D Boogie just said. You're not loving them in their love language.
So maybe that's the issue.
That's what it is. You're not loving them because if you were, then they will see it as value because it's meaningful to them. You're not loving them. You're loving them in the language that you want to love them in, and not the language that they need to be loved in.
But here's the tricky part with that piece there. You have to allow people to love you the way that they want to express it. And even though this may not be my love language, it is your love language that you're expressing. And you have to listen. There is a law of allowance. Listen,
There is a law of allowance.
So,
Yes.
so that's what I'm speaking of. The law
law of allowance?
of allowance.
Where that law at?
It's in the 21 laws.
Okay.
You know them?
No.
Well,
Clearly I don't.
Okay. Well, it is a law.
Okay.
So the law states that, allow people to be who they are and cherish who they are, as long as they're not, and don't cause waves with who they are. But at the same time, now I'm stepping from the law of allowance. At the same time, you have to express to them, whereas I know I appreciate you doing this, like somebody might be doing the dishes and things like that, doing little chores around the
And
house,
the food still on them and they in the cabinet.
Oh Lord.
What you
And
say?
you like,
And what?
listen, this is not it. I take care of the dishes. I really appreciate you doing this, but I'm gonna do it.
I appreciate
No,
your
you just-
effort.
No, you just go in and do it behind them, and show them how to do it better
Lord.
And appreciate him for the effort.
and appreciate the effort.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Because a lot of times, what men we try to do, we try to look at things that we feel will make life easier on our
Like
woman.
that. Yes.
And
that
so
is
we are trying to,
acts of service.
absolutely. So we may do something like, if there's kids in the home, we're going to make sure the kids eat. We're going to make sure that they're taken care of by the time you get in and things of that nature. So you can just come in and relax. So we are trying to do things to make life easier on our loved one. Now, do we have a motive for it? Yes, but
What's the motive?
You know what? And I don't mind your motive.
Right.
If you acts
know.
of service and gifts,
yeah.
you got me.
You said you're going to do some acts of service and gifts?
No, that's my love language.
But-
I need acts of service.
But are you going to give acts of service and gifts back?
quality time and touch,
What you touching?
physical touch and quality time? Them the other two, and then words of affirmation because you go boy.
Woo! Lordy have mercy. Okay, so go ahead. You had a question.
But I'm wondering because true love
Oh, true love.
is unconditional.
Is it?
It is.
So-
It's supposed
so-
to
so-
be. Wait. You're not taking an account of what that person is doing or not doing. Your attention is focused on how you treat that person. And you receive their treatment as none of your business.
Wait a minute. You
That-
treat
Hold on,
that.
I
Wait a
understand
minute. You
what
do
you're
what?
So so say for instance, me and D Boogie. How D Boogie treats me It's none of my business. What my business is how I treat him. That's true love.
That sounds like Jesus.
Say that.
Yeah,
That sounds like Jesus.
Yeah, you at a high level.
That sounds like
It's
Jesus.
unconditional because I love him.
That's a high level.
I accept him for who he is.
that's
That's
some
that
shit.
law of allowance
That's
right
some
there.
Jesus type love.
Agape
Hey,
love.
listen.
That is
That's some
agape.
love.
Hey,
Ooh,
hey,
Lord.
Hey, listen, that may be unconditional, but I don't know if that's true.
My attention is so focused on making sure he good that I ain't worried about. My focus ain't on what he not doing because I'm on what I could do better.
Now,
That
So
sounds
that's
like the way
true
God.
love.
That sounds like that's the way God love us.
Hold on, let me. we need to take a quick break.
yeah, take a
You
break
really
on that
do.
one.
But to her point, I want to say this.
Talk to God over the break.
That right there is some is almost like some Mac stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Some-
real.
did you say some Mac?
M-A-K.
Well, you know I got them bars and
You say
Uh,
M-A-K.
a Mac.
Okay. Thought it was.
MAC.
I mean, you
Oh,
know,
I
it
mean
doesn't matter.
M-A-C.
We'll
Yeah,
go with
M-A-C.
M-A-K.
So that's like some Mac stuff. And what I mean by that is this. You know, I believe in it. I believe in let me focus on being a man. Mm-hmm. You focus on being a woman. Mm-hmm. Don't sit up here and try to tell me your version of what a man should be. Mm-hmm. Work on your version of what type of woman you should be.
And you gonna go to break on that?
And you just pray about him and lift him up in prayer, and that'll change.
Ooh, that sounds.
You
Listen.
get more. Sounds like
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Third on the production.
Sounds like you get high and high.
He almost swallowed that camera.
Tasha, like that's hard to breathe up here.
Listen, I can't even catch.
I'm going to pray him through. D-Buggy, I got you.
Woo!
I'm
Won't
praying
he
through
do
you.
it? Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Will he?
We'll be right back, y'all.
Somebody will.
Uncut, uncensored, 95.9 FM, WOVU. Same time.
That sounds like a problem.
Too long. We talking about the breaks.
Too long and too short at the same time. I
Yeah.
can't understand that.
You don't understand that?
Fix
No.
it, Jesus.
Never mind. I'm walking away.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna pray him through?
Yeah. Too
I'm
long.
gonna pray him through from over there. Like
I mean, they
over there.
from our listeners,
And I'm gonna get a
from our listener standpoint, you know, they're
consistent
going
lift.
for a couple of minutes. But we having so much that's long to them. But over here on our end, they're kind of short because we having so much fun during the break.
Oh, okay.
Too
I see.
long
I
and
see.
too short.
Okay, I got you now. You right.
Can you tell? Listen here, y'all. If y'all just tuning in, if you are just tuning in, shame on you. Number one, shame on you. We are talking about today one-sided relationships, be them romantic or friendships. You know, how to identify them and what to do. And apparently, before the break, Tinder gave us some tidbits on
Tidbits.
some nuggets, some tidbits.
She gave us high
She won't
excellence. She gave us the highest moral standard of love in
You
the
can
universe.
take it if you want to.
She gave us the gold standard of love in the universe.
Listen, we
what?
should
We
all
gonna
aspire to do what Tinder said do. Because according to D Boogie, it is the law of what? Illusion? I'm
He
teasing.
said the Mac.
M-A-K.
CD.
You know what?
Okay, let's come back.
It's the law of allowance.
I call it the law of illusion, but you know what?
There isn't, unless you're a magician, there's a law of illusion.
You said there is a law of illusion?
If you're a magician,
You know.
that's how they operate.
Whew, okay, we're gonna bring it back. So listen, thank you so much, Tinder, for giving us that. You know,
Setting the bar.
setting the bar
It's
so high.
really high.
None
It's
of us
really
will
high.
reach it.
But honestly, Kane, you know that's how you need to be operating in your marriage. But okay.
Yeah, that's how, you know what? Because if this is the tricky part with what
He said,
Tinder
yeah,
said.
okay, mhm.
This is the tricky part.
Did you catch that? He's like, yeah, okay, but here's the trick.
yeah. That's all sound well and good.
It's the brush off for me, but go ahead.
It's all sound well and good. But the problem or situation is who gonna start first?
See, that's the problem. You worried about somebody else starting first. You just
And
got to
then
lead by example.
If
you
you doing it and the other person doing it, are you gonna keep doing it?
You just gonna that ain't none of your business what that other person doing. Remember?
Yeah, you gotta start. You gotta start the "It's None of My Business" program.
But you're the lead. You're the head, right?
So when you start the "It's None of My Business" program,
None of my business program. Okay.
Well, you got to look at it this way. On some for real side is that the one thing a man do not want to hear is a woman telling him how to be a man. And then likewise, a woman does not want to hear a man say anything like, well, you know, you're a woman, so this is what women do. This is what a woman should be doing. Neither one of the genders want to hear that in a relationship. So if you take authority over what you feel a man should do, then you're in a position to really express yourself, and then you also in an open position because we also want to please, and we want to please our mate. We do want to do what our mate is pleasing to her as a male. So we're going to listen. But if you are challenging what I do, then how is it I'm going to be able to accept what you want me to do? So as a male, I feel that I need to focus on me and play my role because I cannot play the other role. And I would want my significant other to focus on her and play her role. Now, the roles can be interchangeable because we will actually determine what roles we're going to play.
And roles can be discussed.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's how you learn a person. And it's okay to learn a person. It's okay to know what this person wants and versus what you gave somebody else. So you have to, but before you do any of that, you have to play your role. And, and as long as, I mean, they may not like cornbread. You just don't fix cornbread for them.
Right. You fix crescent rolls.
I think what you said, crescent rolls. I like crescent rolls. I think D Boogie, you made a very good point. I like that, and I think roles are important. We live in a time now though where, people don't like roles. The word role makes people upset. Probably more so women. I know. Sorry, ladies, but women do. I say that because women we get, and I say we because I'm a woman, so I'm gonna lump myself in that particular category. Women, we get uptight when the conversation about roles come up. We don't like the word, kind of like women don't like to hear the word submit. But that's another topic for another day. Anyway, where I'm going is this. I don't think relationships are 50-50. I think at some points how we started the conversation, sometimes you give more maybe on Monday, and then your mate may give more on Tuesday. I think the goal of it is to make sure that you are in a reciprocal relationship where both of y'all naturally are. If you are a giving person, your mate is naturally a giving person. If you are a caring person, your mate is naturally a caring person. I think the problem comes in is if you are a giving person and your mate is a taker, and so now you trying to communicate with your mate that you feel like all they do is take. It's not balanced. And y'all not on the same page. There's no even flow there. But if it's a reciprocal relationship, it's not okay. Well, since you did it, I guess I got to do it back. Now you just doing it because he did it. It's not something that comes natural, or vice versa.
That's grudgingly.
There you go. But when it's natural and you are naturally a loving person, I don't have to teach you how to love. That's who you are. If you're naturally a joyful person, you're not going to just be walking around with an attitude all the time. I don't have to keep asking you why you got an attitude. Now, granted, everybody have a bad day here and there. But if your natural disposition is joy and you are naturally just happy, it's just going to come out of you because that's who you are. And if you with that same type of person, it's going to flow. Not to say y'all not going to have your disagreements and your ups and downs, but this is who you naturally are. So that's my take.
Yeah.
D Boogie, why are you looking at me like that?
I'm just listening.
You sure? Because it looked like you got something on your mind that you want to say.
I always want to say something. But I have nothing to say. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. The where I don't agree is,
of course, that's where what? Come on.
That's what you wanted me to go to?
I knew it was coming.
Well, I believe that givers and takers, or I would call them receivers, can have a pretty good relationship. Because I think if a person get off on giving and another person loves to receive, that the two of them will get along pretty
That's a
well.
workable unit.
Y'all balanced.
Yeah.
It's that person that's given, getting on some level to recharge their battery.
Exactly.
And that's just the question.
Yep.
Okay, I'll answer that. So, one of the things I'm a giving person, and one of the things I felt so frustrated through life. Life beat me up. I said I'm going to stop giving, and when I stopped giving, I was miserable, and I realized that my gift is to give. That's my blessing. That is not to
Blessed
be,
to be a blessing.
that is my blessing. And if I'm not living with my blessing on who I am, it puts me in a worse place. So to answer your question, even though it seems like it makes sense for this person to be receiving something, which they should be, if you truly love and care, you're not worried about what you're giving because you feel good in that role.
See, no, I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
it's not
I know exactly.
necessarily.
Yep.
It's not necessarily you looking for something in return.
Exactly.
I'm just saying this is not Rafiq's rules of the universe. This is the universe.
Yeah.
That all things have a price.
There you go.
Right.
So, if hypothetically, and I'm a giving person, if I'm giving and I love to give, I love to be generous to my friends, to people, and that's just how I am as a person. Now, however, I'm not looking for anything in return.
Right.
But if your energy is stank and I'm giving to you, you are giving back to me negative energy that like I'm not going to be able to have that energy to pour forth into.
I agree.
anymore.
I agree. So go
the
ahead.
question would, and again, I would just say, if we're talking about an uneven
Yep.
relationship,
Yep.
and if you realize, and if you're saying that you're a given person, I guess my question is, are you giving forth into something, and when do you recognize
Exactly.
you're giving forth? And it's not about you wanting something back, but the question is, what are you gaining?
Yeah.
Is this person taking? And my question is, what are they refilling into?
There you go.
Okay, so that's a good question.
Very
so
good question.
I look at things this way, and it is take advantage of a situation. You should take advantage of a situation because God has put you in that position to take advantage of it. So the person that is receiving the gift, they are in the position to take advantage. When they get to the point to where they become an abuser and they begin to abuse it, then that's not what this blessing is about.
Right.
The abuse.
I get that.
And because it's not because if you bless someone and they are in an abusing state, you have to take, you have to understand that it becomes in vain for you, because in Scripture it says, you know, when you give to somebody, make sure that your gift is a blessing and not a curse. So you have to realize that yourself, and you don't necessarily look for that particular person to pour back. If you believe in Scripture, if you believe in the universe, the laws and things of that nature, it doesn't have to come from where you placed it. You're going to get it back anyway. You know, some people call it karma. Karma can be bad, and then a gift can be you receiving it from somewhere else. So you got to still just be. This is what I was saying about being a man. You still got to just be yourself in the situation. You got to recognize it. You got to recognize if the blessing has the potential of becoming a curse. That's up to you to recognize it.
So
I get
also,
what you're saying.
I believe that D Boogie is talking about he receives an intrinsic reward for giving. So his reward is being able to give. His reward is, okay, I got it and I was able to provide you with this, that, or the other. Now, of course, you don't want to, because takers have no limit.
None at
Takers
all.
have no limit. Yet givers need to have a limit because,
And that's what Rafiq is talking about.
okay, so any event that you're in this kind of relationship, the problem isn't the fact that, okay, she's a taker and he's a giver. The problem is that this person is selfish. That's the problem. And if you're in a relationship and it's one person a taker, one person is a giver, the taker should have boundaries on, okay, you know what, I mean, dag, if he's doing all of this, I just want to show him something. I just want to love on him. Because it's something that all of us in here are givers. That's interesting. Because I'm a giver.
I'm
a giver. I want to love on my man. I want to love on my friends. I want to love on my family. I like to love on people. I like to buy gifts. I like to do things that speaks to your love language. But I'm not a fool.
There you go.
There's a difference. So those kinds of it'll show. It'll start to show when this person is taking and with their attitude that they takes from you and the attitude when you don't have anything to give. It'll start to show. So that's another thing. But when you're in a relationship and if this person is a taker, you can be, I think a giver can be with a giver or a giver can be with a taker. But when that person really loves you, they're not going to take advantage. They're going to give the advantage as well.
Yeah.
So there's a difference on how somebody really, really love you. It's speaking to whether the person really love you or if the person is selfish. That's what it's speaking to.
Yeah, I think it's dangerous for a giver to be with the taker, because at some point, you know, and I understand what both of y'all are saying, to Rafiq's point, at some point, you know, you are going to be what? Your face. At some point,
I'm listening.
No, it's the body language for me. At some point,
this is your opinion.
Thank you. Such as all of ours. But anyway, at some point, the giver is going to become resentful, you know, because, you know, even though you're doing this naturally, because this is who you naturally are. However, I'm not going to say but, however, everyone has a limit, and you're going to become tired. You're going to become resentful, and eventually there's going to be a clash.
Well,
and the taker is going to be feeling some type of way,
Well,
because
if
they're going
you-
to be, excuse me, sir, thank you, because the taker's going to feel like, I did. I pulled a guy movement. I did. Go ahead, D Boogie. You didn't deserve that.
He did.
He did.
No, what
I
you
caught
did
it. You
finish.
see, no, it's okay.
Finish.
Go ahead. You see how I pulled it back? I was just messing with you. Go ahead.
It didn't bother me at all.
But darn it, I need to do it again.
You know, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You
Do
got it.
him like that.
No, I'm just saying to you.
Right.
It seems like to me that is a person that is looking for something in return. If you know, if you're giving and you feel like this person is not giving anything back to you, no, I can't say it like that. I don't want to say it like that because,
Yeah,
if a
because-
person is not giving anything back to
Exactly.
me,
What are you, a doormat? Exactly.
I would be the same way. But I just feel a true giver, and I'm not saying you're not. I just feel like, you know, we're going to give. And if you don't want to receive it and you want to act a certain way because you feel like you came up and you blah, 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 the love going to go somewhere else. You can't stop. One thing you can't stop is the love. You can't stop my financial blessings.
Right.
You
Amen.
can't stop what I want to do for somebody that I love.
Right.
And I would so hope that you show some form of appreciation.
But if they're not, that's what we're talking
I
about.
would hope that you did. But if you don't, that's your burden. I ain't gonna let your burden be my burden.
And then you're going to take your gift somewhere else, correct?
That is an option, yes, to take my
That's
gift
what we're
somewhere.
talking about.
The same thing I said too.
Okay. And you did.
You know.
And you did.
You know, same thing I said.
You did.
So
You did. I don't want no problems. I
I
don't
ain't
want no
no
smoke.
problems in here.
I don't
you
want no
know,
smoke.
no problems in here. I control these levers. I cut you off. Then it's a problem that I don't want.
You know what? I ain't got no problem. Listen, I don't want to fight.
I don't want it. Hey, listen, 10 seconds each, y'all. Come on, let's
done.
get up
Go
out of here.
Love yourself.
10 seconds, okay.
Love
You
God.
know, Kane, you can take my
Reiterate
10. You can take my 10.
And mine.
Reiterate that.
There you
love
go.
God. Love yourself. Love that other person in that order.
Say it again.
Love God. Love
So
yourself.
sure, we ain't got you. Wow.
I
Love
thought
God.
he said love yourself first.
Love yourself. Love the other person, and that'll be the balance.
All right. Rafiq, what you got for us? Anything? Go ahead, Tender.
Be respectful in how you love your loved ones, friends, family, relationships. Be respectful in how you love them. Don't be that taker. Always take it.
And thank you, Tenda, for my gifts. The flowers are beautiful. I didn't get a chance to open my gift up, but she bought me a gift. and it's beautiful.
Oh, look
Thank
at
you.
y'all.
I'm glad that you love
Wonderful
it. Thank
givers.
Thank you.
What it's like to be in love. Hey, tell me what it's like to feel protected when you hug. I've been feeling like I'm stuck. I'm so stubborn when it come to feelings.